Hey guys, welcome back to the newmarkdillon.com, or if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you very much. But I'd love it if you'd check out my new site. Lots of cool new features on there, and also some of these video blogs that I don't make public on YouTube because of their adult-themed content. So there you go. Jump over to markdillon.com, check it out, let me know what you think. You can also send me your questions for these video blogs through there. Tons of cool new features, all that good stuff. So there you go. Today's question is from Michael. He says, "Hi Mark, hope you get a chance to answer this. Two questions for you. I'm thinking about proposing to my boyfriend and wonder if you have any creative or really romantic ways to do it. Also, how much do you think is reasonable to spend on two rings? I want to get us matching rings that will be both an engagement ring for him and wedding rings for both of us. Thanks for reading." All right, Michael. Well, first of all, congratulations. Certainly a big step. I don't know if you've already watched it, but I did do a video blog on gay marriage with a good friend of mine who's an attorney who specializes in family law. And he gave some really, really great tips for couples who are either getting married or creating same-sex partnerships. So I don't know which route you're going, but I think there's certainly lots of helpful advice in there. Now, let's see. I think I'll take your second question first, because my little brother asked me the same question when he was getting married. How much do you think I should spend on the ring? My brother-in-law asked the same thing. Now, I think assuming you're just an average guy, not extremely wealthy, don't have a huge salary, and your family is not financing your wedding, it's reasonable to say that less is more at the beginning. I don't think you, and also if you've asked your friends this, be very, very weary of their answers because friends can be extremely lavish with the spending of your money. They'll always tell you, oh, you should buy those shoes. Yeah, you need that jacket. Take a vacation. You deserve it. But the truth is, it's always good to surround yourself with people who say, you know what, that might not be the smartest thing to do. That maybe you should tone it down just a bit. Now, I think, what do I think is a reasonable amount for an engagement ring? Well, if you're paying for it, and again, you're just an average guy just getting started, I would say most people would tell you this half a year's income. I think that's really outrageous, especially when you're talking about men's rings. It's not like you have to buy some, crazy huge diamond engagement ring. I would say probably if you can do it for 1,000 or under per ring, you're doing really good. You can find some perfectly nice rings between 500 and 1,000 bucks. I think that you have to be very careful not to saddle a brand new marriage with tons of expenditures right at the beginning, particularly when you don't have the money. If you think about some of the absolute worst fights that you see people have, whether it be husband and wife or parents and kids or siblings, those fights tend to be caused by money. You're arguing about money problems or how you want to spend. And so I think the best thing to do at the start of a new relationship is to focus on, of course, celebrating the love you have for each other, but doing it in a way that you don't put yourself in the hole to start with. And that applies not just for the ring, but for the wedding. You don't have to go to a super expensive venue for the wedding. You don't have to have this gigantic event. Yeah, and I tried to tell my brother that, and actually my dad stepped in and did a lot for him, and he had a really great wedding. But I actually didn't think that was appropriate for two kids that age, and they had a rocky start for a while, and I'm glad they made it. But if they didn't, I was going to tell my dad, I told you this is not, it's unnecessary spending. But anywho. I'm glad they made it, and they gave me a beautiful little nephew. But I digress. So don't overdo it on the wedding. Don't overdo it on the rings. If somebody's giving it to you as a gift, your parents or his parents, whatever it may be, that's a little different. When you're footing the bill, be cautious. Set yourself up so that, to the extent you can, money problems in the early stages of your relationship will not be an issue. Now, as you guys you grow in your relationship. You've been together a while. You get some raises. You start to build some wealth, whatever it is. You can always upgrade rings. You'll always be able to find a more expensive ring, no matter what you start off with. So you can upgrade later. Um, you can take a second honeymoon later to whatever fantastic, fabulous location you want. Doesn't have to be your first honeymoon. And actually, as I told my little brother when he was asking me this question, I said, buy her an expensive ring when you're sure it's not going to end up on somebody else's night table. Um, and that's very harsh, but the truth is, a lot of times new marriages, they don't always work. So I would say it's much better to have the really great celebratory gifts um, as the relationship develops and you're sure that it's working, you're growing together, and then it makes more sense to spend that kind of money on these lavish things. So there you go. Now, as far as really creative or romantic ways to propose, there's so many ways to do it, from the really cheesy thing like putting the ring in a glass of champagne, but I actually think the most romantic thing you can do for someone is something that reflects a special moment between the two of you. And since I don't know what that is, it's harder for me to say. But I would say, you don't have to get really, really creative and think too far out of the box. It's more about letting the person know you really, really care about them, and this is who you want to spend the rest of your life with. You don't have to, you don't have to do some completely outlandish thing. It could be a very romantic dinner somewhere. It could be maybe at the location where you shared your first kiss or where you had your first date. I don't know. But you think about it. You think about memories that the two of you have that are extra special to you two. And make that part of your proposal. Um, and there you go. That's my advice. Um, Start off cheap with the ring and the wedding and the honeymoon, and you can always upgrade later. As far as your proposal, do it somewhere where it has a special significance to the two of you. And I think that it's also really, really sweet to tell the person why you want to spend your life with them. Tell them as part of your proposal all the great things that they've brought to your life, how much they've enriched your life, and share that with them. Everybody likes that sense of validation to know that me being here for you has brought something to your life. That you really appreciate having me here, and we all want that. Every single person on the planet wants to know that their friends and their family um, not just love them, but that we enrich their lives. So make that part of your proposal too. There you go, Michael. Congratulations and good luck to you. Feel free to drop me an email and let me know how it goes. Thanks. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to check out markdillon.com.